Eu realmente não acho que ele vai ter tantas horas a mais assim. Segunda estamos de volta aí com outros final, com outros jogos.
You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I've felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't
Valeu, Douglas. Douglas. Obrigado pelo Lurks, por estar sempre aí de Lurk. Mas logo menos você pode voltar.
When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember.
Era isso aí que eu tava procurando. Eu já vou lá buscar, pera aí. Eu enchi a garrafa, mas eu esqueci de trazer ela pra cá.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
Tá. Já li a carta do Joshua. A missão não vai ser aqui, então vamos pra Randala. Eu vou buscar água, que eu esqueci. Acabar só amanhã, Ryu. Acabar só amanhã, porque com esse monte de sidequest que eu vou ter pra fazer, vou terminar o jogo só amanhã. Mas, já que você está aqui, meus pais pediram pra te avisar que a cidade é muito bonita. Eles gostaram daí. Eu me mexo, a Julie fica maluca. Eu não sei o que ela tá esperando que eu vou fazer. Mas é só eu me mexer que ela fica maluca. Muito obrigado pelos 500 bits. Fico feliz que meus sogros gostaram. Falaram que viram muitas pessoas de rosa e não assistir Barbie também. Boclads. Fazendo as sidequests aos poucos agora. Sei lá, pode ser também. Vai que eles queriam. Vá jantar e beijar a grávida. Muito obrigado por voltar em Final Fantasy VIII. É verdade, né? Agora de todo lugar que a gente for vai dar pra ver o cristal no céu. Isso é muito legal. Inclusive acho que talvez esse seja o motivo de terem usado do último ter usado o Império de Sambrek, porque daria pra ver de qualquer lugar do mundo.
Faster!
Vamos lá, porque o negócio é side quest, caçada e concluir o jogo.
It can't be Rutherford, can it?
Não tem história do jogo hoje. Esquece, eu nem não vou fazer a história do jogo hoje.
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal. Oblige him.
This won't take long.
O que você já quer aqui de novo?
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
Bahamut!
Let darkness fall!
Diga. Sim. Cara, lançou Final Fantasy XVI tem um mês. Inclusive, sábado vai fazer um mês que o jogo lançou. Não teve tantos anúncios mesmo. Pode ser que tenha ainda. Deus, eu olho pra você, você já fica toda agitada. O que que foi? O que que você quer? O que você tá esperando que eu faça?
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
O tempo todo?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Cansa não?
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer
Céu.
one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together, even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals, but those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps?
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
Agora ela foi pra cama dela. Na verdade, ela subiu na minha.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin. I hope I can convince him at least.
Você quer, meu? Eu não tenho nada pra te dar, não. Prefiro vir aqui. Mais fácil pra eu chegar onde eu tenho que chegar. Dentro da ala perdida não tem nada. Lá tá vazio.
Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now?
Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold.
Teve uma caçada lá dentro.
Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Tá, não vamos voltar para o esconderijo ainda. A gente vai fazer as quests. Aí tem um setentrional. A gente vai voltar pro esconderijo para resolver todas de uma vez. É mais fácil do que...
Ladeira might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
I'm nervous. Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine Cursebreaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen.
Pois é.
Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Porra, mas isso é um teste?
Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
Porra, é um teste meio complicado, né?
Ready, go?
Tudo bem, é um teste pra conseguir um emprego, mas porra. Não é como se eles não tivessem precisando de pessoas, né? Pô, tem um Corvo ali na frente. Gostaria muito de enfrentá-lo, mas eu tenho outras prioridades hoje.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready.
Ih?
Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ah, não.
Ember,
Bem,
draw your sword.
não foi um...
I can't.
É exatamente isso.
Then run. If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
Porra, o cara não tava esperando um dragão, né? Aí é foda também. Eu ainda acho um teste meio complicado, né? O seu teste é você vai invadir uma torre imperial sem ser percebido, roubar eles, voltar, fazer uma distração e não ser pego.
Gone. Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
Tranquilo. Zero dificuldades. Por quê? O que exatamente? Essa missão ou voar de chocobo?
You deserve a rest.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't
Ele
that
criou uma distração, querendo ou
to
não.
bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, his heir. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
Pra mim, o cara não fez nada de errado. Ele deu um jeito de fazer a missão dele. Eles te botam num barco de areia pra pegar o chapéu do chefe que tá preso no espelho. Ah, que ótimo! É realmente um jeito ótimo de, né, resolver as coisas. Colina de Man.
This is the place, but
I'm sorry, Clive.
there's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone at the backyard? To the hideaway, then.
A missão é você voltar pro esconderijo. Então eu vou concluir as missões que estão aqui atrás. Depois eu faço essa. Vai ser mais 2 concluídas.
Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies. Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his, but yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places. Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
Que ótimo. Tô certo.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
Bom, essa missão não acabou, então. Ah, mas é automático para mansão, então.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen.
Todas as cenas do Byron são ótimas.
Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How?
É bom demais, cara. Muito bom.
You are not fit to breathe the same air as this upstanding young gentleman.
He calls himself the bloody outlaw.
Once more into the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us.
Aqui, que você foi lá. Agora você vai querer colo.
Show them that we walk it ourselves. Then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony?
Bom, Julie, fica aqui.
Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Tri-Unity. Rutherford, Mike Will.
Deita aí, fica quieto, por favor.
Well, my boy, the stage is set.
that it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord.
Mais uma lembrança.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
Pacto da Triade. Assinado por representantes de Rosária, Dalmec e Sanbreque, esse pacto prepara o terreno para uma nova era na Tormenta, pelo menos em espírito. Afinal, qual grande momento da história não foi acompanhado por um pouco de cerimônia? Byron Rosefield.
What do you think that thing is? And how the hell is Sid gonna do it?
Meu Deus do céu, o que você tem, meu?
is something about it.
You should have seen him. The thing is...
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not.
Eu acho que deu tudo certo. Amber merece uma nota de aprovação por mim? Sim.
Amber lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim. And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Wait, Sergeant. Ember still has much to learn, it's true. And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conk and a half.
Concordo.
Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place. Just like someone else we know.
Eu não acho que as adamantoides são tão devagar, não, mas tudo bem.
Leaning on him for far too long. That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been hard done by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things really do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
Exatamente, elas não são tão devagar assim, não. Ah, liberou outra side quest. Eu... Caralho, mano, é muita side. Não vai acabar nunca.
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Eda's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. I'll let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any day now. I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Vamos ajudar o Gaff.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's not lucky in all the realm, or so we
Chocobo
used to say back
prateado.
home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by.
Cara, eu não posso me mexer, mano.
Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need. A feather.
That or the bird whose arse it's attached to, eh? I was gonna start by asking around with traveling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Pelo amor de Deus, Julie, o que você quer, mano? Ai, não, não puxa o fio. Meu Deus do céu. Tá difícil hoje.
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Tá difícil.
Ah, yes. I expect you're wondering what it's about.
Ela derrubou a minha câmera.
With Dion, but I can't imagine what for.
Then I should begin by telling you that I was once his tutor. This was some years ago, of course, before I joined Sid in his hideaway. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme, and was accordingly invited to the palace to supervise the young prince's education, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor should. History, religion, commerce, government. Alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the Dragoons, his studies no longer being deemed necessary. I had not expected to meet with him again, least of all here.
Have you spoken with him?
No, I have yet to find the right moment. His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. I would not wish to disturb his ruminations with idle words of greeting, not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing. Surely you can't blame yourself.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations that weighed heavily upon him. And I did nothing to ease that burden. He bore it alone, until the day he could not bear it any longer. It is one of my greatest regrets that I only ever offered him my wisdom, when what he truly needed was friendship. The blame for Dion's transgressions.
Tem que jogar assim agora com as dela. Ela quer arrancar o controle da minha mão.
I'm ready to help you in any way that I can.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wyvern tail. Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower is to be granted inner solace. Fabulists and fraudsters all, of course. But there is oft a seed of truth to be found where even the most outlandish opinions align.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower? And how will I know it?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poisonous ink for the brand is distilled. Well, those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. The harsher the environment in which they are raised, the deeper the color. There is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across the strait, where the flowers once grew in abundance. Whether they still survive there, I know not. But try as I might, I can find no likelier location.
It's all right. I'll find you a wyvern tail one way or another.
Thank you, Clive. And please, be safe.
Vamos lá onde tem as plantas.
Say what you will.
Outro indício que o jogo tá acabando é que o menino dos bichos lá não tem mais nenhum bicho com ele. Significa que depois dessa próxima batalha a gente não vai voltar aqui.
brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the seeds. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right. Thank you.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Sambrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow
Cara,
daisies
você,
grew,
meu.
and she mentioned Oilerfeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
Dados reais. Carta nova.
A fortress? And who'll pay for that?
I would speak with this Duke.
Saw the captain just now.
Ah. Pra esse lugar, depois a gente vai pro Oleiro de Rimal. Eu não sei onde é esse lugar. Depois eu fugir de Marta. É isso pra fazer as missões do esconderijo, que não aparecerem mais.
Run like the wind. The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
See, boy. Let's hope this is the last one.
Ouro de...
One way to find out.
O touro? Então tá bom. Caralho, sério? Essa régua aí tá meio baixa, hein?
You're finished. That was harder than I expected.
Achou as flores.
But found her. It was worth it. They're beautiful.
Do you think Jill will like them?
She'll love them. Come on. Let's go.
Olha, a sidequest do Torgal ontem, ela me fez ficar emocionado. Eu não sei essa da Jill, mas a do Torgal fez.
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
A do Torgal foi demais, cara. E o pior, né, que você... O pior... Julie, fica quieta, mano. Você tá aqui de novo. Você não para. A do Torgal você pega a espada de madeira, né? Pra ficar de recordação. Você fica tentando arrancar o controle da minha mão. Deixa eu ficar com o negócio. Ela fica empurrando minha mão do controle.
Jill, there's something I'd like to show you.
There is? And where might this something be?
It's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you, Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure.
Gostaria de ter me emocionado mais com essa missão, mas tinha uma cachorra enrolada no fone, me puxando pra baixo. Né?
We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together.
Por isso que ela tá aqui no colo. Pra ver se para de se enrolar. Grinalda de Margaridas da Neve. Uma coroa cheirosa feita à mão pela Jill, com flor escolhida nas margens da Baía de Olifaced. Nunca foi muito boa com grinaldas, mas você vai ter que servir. Parece nos aposentos de Clive. Meu Deus, mano, o que você tem hoje? Operando com Jill. Jill entrou para o grupo de Clive e permanecerá com ele até a partida para o... Ué, mudou? Não é... Até agora tava o Joshua, agora mudou? Não sabia que ia mudar. Onde é que tá? A primeira. Tem as duas caçadas que eu vou ter que fazer ainda. Eu não faço ideia de onde estão os bichos. Vou procurar ainda. Tava deixando um baú pra trás. Agora tá o Joshua aqui. Eu não tô entendendo mais nada. Não tinha acabado de trocar pra Jill? Ou tá os dois? Tá os dois? Tá os dois, é isso. Nossa senhora, se tiver a mesma quantidade de flan que tinha aqui da primeira vez, vai ser um lugar difícil. Aí, ó, já tem um já.
Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find. You deserve a rest. Nice try.
Não, tá o Joshua e a Jill aqui no grupo agora. Pelo que eu entendi, pelo menos da conversa, pra origem só vai os três, né? O Clive, o Joshua e o Dion. Ah, se vai mudar por ela estar no grupo? Não sei. Acho que não. Ah, meu Deus do céu, o que como entrou na briga? Por que a Jill tá brigando com um bicho voando? Do nada.
well pick enough for a bunch, I suppose.
Acabou? Não era só isso? Então vamos pra... Já quer voltar pro esconderijo, então vamos pra outra primeiro. Depois a gente vai fazer as que estão pelo mapa.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago, claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo. Near some guide hovel, not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
Isso porque tem as duas caçadas ainda, e em Dalméquia são 2 missões, não é só uma.
Look, Daddy. It's shining so brightly. Isn't it pretty?
Yeah.
Just because the heavens have gone to wreck and ruin, it don't mean we have to.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Viceroy.
Gravura pra cena da rainha.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows. If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
Oh, eu espero que eu não precise matar um choco prateado, né? Porque aparentemente só existe um.
This guy can fuck right off.
Eu saí da cidade, né?
Whoever's idea it was to take those bearers away.
Oh! Do nada.
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
Ready, go? Faster! Can hardly make it. Quiet.
Straight home now.
Oh, meu Deus, esse daqui não vai ter como me livrar, né? Caraca, mas pegou nos bichos que tá lá do outro lado, é isso mesmo?
Tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change.
Mas esse aí já morreu já. Mas eu tenho uma pena dele, né? É verdade.
The chocobo was here. And recently. I don't hear anything.
Não tinha o Chocobo, mas tem a pena dele aí.
Well, I'll be damned.
Tem duas, inclusive. Não parece tão diferente da Ambrósia.
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they change their minds.
Bom, vamos voltar pro esconderijo, a gente termina essas duas e aí passa para as que estão fora do esconderijo. E são algumas também.
It was no trouble. Clive, you're back. How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
O povo do norte acredita que os chocobos prateados trazem boa sorte. O mero avistamento de um deles poderia significar a diferença entre uma colheita fraca e uma abundante. Pelo menos é o que o Gav diz.
Crystals crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long, even if you hadn't have turned up. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with.
Não, Ember aí.
What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go.
Meu teste ainda não acabou. Eu tive que matar um dragão, mas o meu teste ainda não acabou.
What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Now will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give him my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
Enfermaria.
Tea stop. Clive, I wanted to give you something for the kindness you showed my mentor.
What's this?
A chest of all the medicines you're ever likely to need. Seeing as you're so reluctant to come to the infirmary, I thought you might as well take a part of the infirmary with you.
I'm sure it will be very helpful indeed. And Taya, try not to work too hard.
And work Rodrigue all the harder, you mean? He's a quick study, but he's got a long way to go yet. I'll take that particular piece of advice when you heed it yourself, thank you very much. Besides, who else is going to see that your brother takes his medicine?
Who indeed?
Baú medicinal. Deixa eu só ver uma coisa aqui. Um baú lindamente esculpido que se abre para revelar inúmeros compartimentos cheios de tônicos de tintura. Como você resiste tanto a vir à enfermaria, achei que seria melhor você levar uma parte da enfermaria consigo. Aparece nos aposentos de Clive. Como é que eu ia saber disso? Como é que eu ia saber que se eu viesse aqui e falasse com a Tária, ela ia me entregar o negócio, se não existe nenhuma indicação de que isso poderia acontecer? Já vi isso.
Ah, me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank you. Is something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that. What it
O
is.
foda é que se tiver mais alguém que é assim, como é que eu vou saber?
Please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
We did. Aye. It's from all of us here at the Hideaway. Your new family, like. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him know that they're part of the family too. Oh, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say. I thank you, my lords, for everything.
If there's anything you need, just let us know.
I will.
Clive, fancy a swift off? I'm thirsty.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labor. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. My whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout?
Yeah.
Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly.
Boa noite, Caio.
And here you are, after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone.
Hoje não tem boss, tá?
And let's not forget Rosalith.
Hoje só tem side quest.
From the dungeon. Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
O Rafael também tá voltando no 12.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword.
Mas é por pouco, né? Tá bem próximo a votação aí. Só que o jogo tá acabando, hein? O que eu pretendo jogar? Outros RPGs que eu tenho vontade e não joguei. Tales of Symphonia, a série Trails.
You've had one too many.
you may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway.
Sei lá o que eu vou jogar depois.
Clive?
Muitas coisas eu tenho em mente.
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
Tanta coisa, eu tô com dor de cabeça. Acontece. Falta um desenho, desenhar. Uma bebida potente feita com mel coletado nos breves verões do território do norte, fermentada lentamente ao longo de 6 luas seguintes. Dizem que aquece a barriga das noites frias do inverno do norte. Eu aconselho. Mais uma sidequest aqui, que é a do Harpócrates. Mas é que você fez uns desenhos, eu vi lá que você postou as commission. São muito foda, inclusive.
Oarsman, I found the flowers you were looking for.
You did?
I think I did.
Registros sugerem que o cultivo de caldo de wyvern começou para que as pétalas pudessem ser destiladas em um pigmento roxo. Contudo, quando se descobriu que as flores cultivadas perdiam a cor com o tempo, os jardineiros da antiga Valistea tomaram a fatídica decisão de investigar as possíveis propriedades práticas dos países. Entendi.
You did indeed. My dear boy, thank you.
You wanted to make Dion a gift of one, did you not? Shall I invite him to join us?
Oh, I don't...
It's no trouble. I'll go and fetch him.
Vamos chamar o Dion. Depois eu vejo lá.
Your Highness, would you do me the honor of accompanying me?
No. It is time, then.
No. Only to the shelves. Our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates. No. I dare not show my face before him. Not after everything I have done. I have taken countless innocent lives. And ruined countless more. All because I was weak.
Porra, você matou seu pai, você não foi exatamente fraco.
For my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again and see in his eyes what I have become, I fear that my resolve might falter.
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself and to him how strong it truly is.
You are right. I must, at the very least, offer him my gratitude. Very well, then. Take me to him.
Follow me.
Essa malha de metal por cima da roupa do Dion me parece um pouco impraticável. Que não é uma armadura, é só uma malha de metal. Ele usa por cima da roupa.
Even now.
Talvez seja Mithril, mas continua em prática.
What must he think of me?
Porque ele não veste uma armadura por cima.
You'd be surprised.
Tá vendo o Clive? O Clive também usa. Nos braços dá pra ver, só que ele tem uma armadura por cima.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind.
Com certeza, mas...
Quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace.
Eu não tô reclamando da roupa dele, porque eu acho muito legal.
I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says
Sim, ele é um cavaleiro dragão. Ele é o Bahamut.
Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Ele é um príncipe. Ou era, até ele matar o reino dele.
A wyvern tail. The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue.
Ah, é a flor branca que ele carregava, né?
Indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is
Ele
immediately
é gay.
apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. but they do not define it. Just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Ele pode fazer o que ele quiser.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service.
Mas ele usa a armadura dos braços, tá vendo? Ele só não usa no peito.
Until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm. For only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him.
É, né? Agora eles são irmãos.
With memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Não, o Dion se garante muito, isso é fato. O Dragon Jump que ele deu na live de ontem foi fantástico.
Were it not for you, I fear I might never have found the right moment to speak with him. Not to mention the wife.
Reconheço o nome.
I shall plant their seeds, that I might not disappoint His Highness upon his return.
I hope the soil in the hideaway is to their liking.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed. I'm sure Nigel's yard will suit them to a T.
Sim, Dion.
When it comes to expressing one's gratitude, I find that words are seldom sufficient. Here.
What's this?
A stolas quill. Or more precisely, my stolas quill. 'Tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. All those words just waiting to pour out onto the page. So consider this my wish for you. That one day you may put down your sword and pick up that pen.
Well, when that day comes, I'll certainly have a lot to write about. Thank you, Harpocrates. It shall have pride of place in my chamber.
Pena de estolas. Ah, o que o Dion me deu foi isso aqui. O tempo de recarga de Gigaflame é 6 segundos. Cara, Gigaflame carrega tão rápido já. O instrumento de escrita mais amado do tutor Harpocrates. Sua ponta já marcou muitos tomos eruditos. É dito que as penas de coruja são carregadas com os desejos que ela ouve ao longo de sua vida. E essas palavras estão esperando para serem escritas no papel. Ih, Rafael vai ficar igual o Gabriel. Vai ficar os dois indo pra BH.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge.
Gabriel tá lá, inclusive.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Acabou as sides daqui, né? Acabou. Deixa eu ver o que tem de carta nova. inteira novamente. Clive, me parece que uma única palavra de agradecimento não basta para expressar a minha gratidão por me reunir com a distância. Como fez de mim quem sou hoje, e ainda assim pensei que nunca mais deveria vê-lo novamente. E aqueles que o tiraram de mim haviam roubado uma parte de mim para sempre. Mas agora me sinto completa novamente, graças a você. Sinto muito pelo fato de só preencher os vazios do conhecimento e não os da sua alma. Estarei sempre em dívida com você. Caça ao tesouro. O quê? Achou que o que eu tinha dito sobre esconder o meu motor era só papo furado? Para sua surpresa, eu já escolhi um ótimo lugar para escondê-lo. Se você realmente vai embarcar nessa grande aventura, terá que agir rápido, com aquele seu Deus. Se demorar muito, alguém mais esperto pode chegar primeiro. Se esse for o caso, posso deixar uma das minhas invenções mais insignificantes. Só a deusa sabe como tenho muitas. Mid. É a Mid. A tríade. Reunir 3 homens de diferentes origens não seria algo difícil. No entanto, nos reunimos por uma seria algo difícil. No entanto, nos reunimos por uma Valistéia melhor. A tríade foi apenas o primeiro passo. Uma jornada mais longa e amarga espera por todos nós. Uma que quase certamente terminará em dificuldades. No entanto, o que mais importa não é o destino, mas o que podemos aprender uns com os outros, enquanto estamos na estrada. Você abriu esse caminho para nós com sua coragem, Clive. Agora devemos ter a coragem de percorrê-lo. Vou botar um lanche Chauí. Isso foi um tchau ou um Chauí é uma palavra que eu desconheço? O melhor presente. Parece que foi há uma eternidade, e realmente foi. Aquela tarde na colina de Man foi a nossa primeira aventura, mas mesmo naquele momento eu já sabia que não seria a última. Nunca vou me esquecer daquele dia e o simples fato de você também não se simples fato de que você também não esquecerá enche o meu coração com alegria forte demais para ser descrito. Desde o momento em que nos conhecemos, você sempre foi uma parte importante de mim, a metade que me completa. Nos momentos mais sombrios, você é minha luz. Quando me perco, você é minha estrela guia. Era de você mesmo que eu precisava. Você é tudo que eu preciso. É o meu melhor presente. Faltam 4. O elmo do Duque. O elmo do Arquiduque Elwin, usado durante sua vitoriosa campanha para derrubar a insurreição nos territórios do norte, posteriormente enterrado em sua lápide. Agora ele permanece nos aposentos de Clive e é uma lembrança constante de coragem e de altruísmo de um homem cujo exemplo. Grinaldo de Margaridas Neve, uma coroa cheirosa feita à mão por Jill com flores colhidas na margem da Baía de Olifeste. A grinalda reacende memórias de uma época mais inocente. Fala de um amor que nunca aquecerá. Miniatura da aeronave. O perigoso sonho de voo de Mid imortalizado em miniatura, apesar de que o experimento ter acabado em fracasso. Mid permitiu que Clive ficasse com a miniatura para que quando ela for renomada, ele possa vender a obra por uma quantia exorbitante de guild. Pacto da Tríade, assinado em Porto Isolde por representantes de Rosária, Dalmecia e Sambrec. Esse pacto prepara terreno para uma nova era na Tormenta, pelo menos em Pena de Estolas, o instrumento de escrita mais amado do tutor Harpócrates. Sua ponta já marcou muitos tomos eruditos. Diz que as penas de estola são carregadas com os dedeiros que as corujas ouvem ao longo de suas vidas, e essas palavras estão apenas esperando para serem escritas no papel. Se um dia Clive soltar a espada para pegar a pena, seu inimigo invencível não será o bloqueio criativo. Gorro de Academia. Gorro acadêmico de Vivian 9 Contos, que o recebeu quando se formou na Universidade de Canver. Agora Vivian compartilha seu conhecimento com Clive. O gorro serve como promessa de que, enquanto permanecerem juntos, o conhecimento será tanto dele quanto dela. Hidromel de Inverno, presente de Gavi. Essa bebida potente é feita com o mel coletado nos breves verões dos territórios do norte e fermentada lentamente ao longo de 6 luas seguintes. Apesar de ter pouca tolerância ao álcool, Gavi insistiu em poder compartilhar a garrafa quando chegar a hora de abri-la. Baú medicinal. Um baú lindamente esculpido que se abre para revelar inúmeros compartimentos cheios de tônicos e medicamentos. Como Clive provou ser um paciente difícil e se recusa a ir à enfermaria, Tária recomendou este item para que ele possa levar uma parte da enfermaria com espada de treino chamuscada. Esse aqui foi o que me fez chorar ontem. Antiga espada de treino de Clive recuperada por Torgal após a invasão dos Ferranos e escondida no esconderijo original de Clive, o Viveiro. É uma lembrança de quem Clive era e de quem ele virou, e também da ligação inabalável entre amigos por toda uma Bom, vamos fazer as sidequests de fora agora. Vou começar essa aqui.
A fortress?
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the markets.
I would speak with this Duke.
Saw the captain just now.
Your town needs you. I need you. But the Duke would have me clapped in irons.
É muito legal que as falas vão mudando conforme o jogo avança. Eu gosto muito.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
Bora.
Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people.
É isso aí.
He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him. By all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his
Noite
followers
7.
included. While I understand your
É muito bem-vindo.
frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her
Muito obrigado por deixar seu voto.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
Aliás, tem mais 2 dias pra essa votação, é só hoje e amanhã.
Your town needs you.
I saw the captain just now.
What does the dame have to say about it?
So you are content to abandon the people to their fates? Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must
É só assistir a live pra ganhar ponto.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least.
Ficar pras raids também dá
Land
ponto.
is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach. Thank you so much for your help.
Ah, é porque eu coloquei 30 dias, mas o jogo acaba amanhã, então a votação acaba junto com o jogo.
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh.
É isso. A votação dura o tempo que o jogo durar.
In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too.
Quantos pontos é o que você tem?
Yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
É, então, é o que eu tô falando. É só de ficar na live, ficar na raid, que nem você ficou ontem. Você vai ganhando, acumulando pontos com isso.
I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
E quando acabar a votação, você recebe os pontos que você usou na votação de volta. Por exemplo, você deixou, acho que 900 pontos nas votações. Quando a votação acabar, você vai receber esses 900 pontos de volta para usar na próxima votação.
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
É, então, eu não sei quanto você já tem no total, tipo, quanto no total você já colocou, mas esses pontos aí no final eles voltam pra você, no final da votação. Que é pra você já ter pontos pra quando começar a próxima. O 550, então eu acho que você colocou 900 pontos no total.
Clive, it's me. You all right?
I am. But it seems the reports were true. The thralls have returned. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
Well, there's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? They all came from the north last time.
É, então essas são as missões que eu vou fazer hoje e amanhã eu vou fazer a batalha final.
But from both?
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though, just to be sure. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the townspeople, stirring up ill feeling towards her father. She'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dane was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down.
Por isso que eu tô falando que amanhã é
Don't worry, I'm not like you.
o último dia.
One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming blue murder.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore. You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Brandit.
Jealous, are you?
Boa
That a
resposta.
woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Grieger.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order.
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
É, ninguém concordava com esse cara aí.
She is but a common
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell.
Não, o Clive não vai participar dessa batalha, então.
The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the
Putz,
vale.
sério?
We'll see to them there.
Thank you,
Tá ou não tá?
I will. I'll play my part too. You still won for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road.
Pra mim não tá travando não, pelo que eu tô vendo aqui.
Well, I can't promise to hold them all back. I should be able to thin the herd.
All right, but take care.
Se alguém aí puder confirmar se tá ou não.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
Ah, né? Então, pra mim aqui também tá de boa. Pelos números aqui. É isso. Ah, não tá travando hoje, ah, que bom. Pelo menos dá pra assistir. É importante não travar amanhã. Amanhã é o dia de final. É dia pra terminar. Amanhã, você quer ver uma coisa engraçada, Rafael? Você que tava aqui no começo. Amanhã pode ter certeza que a Julie, ela não vai aparecer na live nem um segundo. Eu não tô falando, não sou eu que vou fazer nada, é só porque minha mãe chega amanhã. E ela, quando vê minha mãe, ah, ela não vai nem lembrar que eu existo amanhã. Minha mãe vai estar aí. Eita! Vamos ver isso aí. É, exatamente. Igual a sua tem com a sua mãe, é a mesma coisa. %39%? Já foi tudo isso na votação? Esse bicho aqui? O coveiro? Ele é uma criação do Ultima, independente de estar acástico ou não. Colocou todos os pontos? Esse aí tá determinado. Na verdade é porque só pode colocar 2.000 pontos por dia. Então assim, por exemplo, o Rafael deve ter uns 50.000 pontos. Mas ele só pode colocar 2.000 por dia na votação. Deixa eu ver como é que tá aqui. Caraca, tá 39 mesmo. Final Fantasy VIII, 19.500. Final Fantasy XII, 18.000. Dá pra pegar ainda. 115.000, então. É porque o Rafael, ele assiste minhas lives desde que eu comecei. Então, tipo, Ele tá há 1 ano acompanhando minhas lives aqui já.
Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
Então, ele tem muito ponto acumulado. É por isso que você consegue soltar o comando que você quiser a hora que você quiser, né? 115 mil pontos.
Clive.
É, o
Good to see you. And you.
Final Fantasy eu vi que você colocou ali do 8.
How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
O sair do 16 pro 8 é uma tristeza, viu?
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire.
Rafael está em todas as lives desde a primeira.
They would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again.
Se o Renan chegar aí, ele empata.
Sanbreque is naught without her citizens.
Ele tá votando no 12 também.
And I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, your Ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, my lady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you?
Well said, Captain. Let this be a new beginning. Not only for Sanbreque, but for us.
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
As coisas estão tudo dando certo, né? Tá tudo ficando legal, tá tudo dando certo, todo mundo se unindo. Eu quero muito ver o que vai ser o final desse jogo.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive.
Voltou, né?
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Amanhã você não vai aparecer aqui, né? Amanhã você não vai nem lembrar que eu existo, né?
It is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home
Só tá
anywhere in
aqui
the
porque só
realm.
tem nós dois, só.
But I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the Crystalline Dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to.
Vai deitar lá, vai.
We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the veil that took
Normalmente você fica por um mês com os emotes.
clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed at least.
Da live de quem esse?
Too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief. Shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I
não
would repay
conheço.
my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
Sei quem é, não. Eu acho que não.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter. All united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
Depois vou ver se eu apareço numa live dele. É o Cloud, não é? É o Cloud. Ele gosta de Final Fantasy. Orichalco! Se eu soubesse que eu ia ganhar um Orichalco aqui. O emblema do véu, famosa casa de má reputação no rincão setentrional, a cidade dá acesso à capital imperial de Oriflamme, onde as ondas de fortuna velhas e novas batem em lados opostos da grande muralha. Parecem nos aposentos de Cloud. Não, eu entendi. Relaxa. De onde eu não sei.
Just a little further.
Ela pode ter caçado um bicho. Beleza, tem uma em Tabor, uma no albergue de Dalim. Ah, vamos no albergue. Porque eu acho que eu sei qual side quest é essa. Não que eu saiba o que acontece nessa sidequest, mas eu fiz a primeira parte dela já. E foi quando descobriram que o Luzbor era um portador. Ele usou magia. Pelo jeito ele sumiu, né? Não, ele tá aqui ainda. Luzbor.
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this, then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe, and provided for, and loved. The Hideaway.
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned. And they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
Aliás, uma coisa que eu esqueci de comentar, a Jill, ela tá sem os poderes de gelo mesmo. Ela não tá atacando com os poderes da Shiva. Então ela tá realmente sem poder nenhum.
Why do they always have to make such a...
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
Lord Supremos.
Pass on an important message.
Não.
There's been an
Ela
ether
tá
flood
com os poderes de gelo? Não tá, não.
The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now. And they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale
Vamos prestar
evacuation
atenção
right away.
agora.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
O Torgal tem magia também.
Forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me. But for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
Esse povo dessa cidade, mano, eles estão cometendo vários erros consecutivos, né?
Words will not move them.
Then we must find another way to ensure Dalamel's survival.
Ué.
Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
É legal que o Joshua e a Jill, eles falam durante as sidequests, mas se eu não tivesse feito a sidequest deles, eles não tinham se juntado aqui.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted. The bloody fools. Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Further! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Blue Boy is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There will be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Porra, mano. Que raiva desse pessoal.
Yeah, run! Far, far away!
Just go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Go. Come on, then. Just go.
Lubor. Wait. Someone's coming. No.
Stop! You're hurting him! What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad? And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that? Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty? Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly around here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever. But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling? He keeps this whole place going. And you act like he doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will.
Tá vendo? É o que eu tô falando. Tá tudo ficando bem. Tá tudo se resolvendo. Tá todo mundo se juntando. No final desse jogo vai acontecer alguma coisa.
Fine. another round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage. And they are utterly unpredictable.
A gente vai descobrir.
At least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic Force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done. As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchants not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalamil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
I doubt it. I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalamil.
O nome é Servidor de Seronte, porque ele foi criado pelo meu amigo Renan. E a gente compartilha. Aí a gente vai mudar o nome e vai organizar ele bonitinho. Tudo bem que já tem quase um ano que a gente tá falando que vai arrumar isso, não arrumou ainda, mas a gente vai.
That will keep some of them out. Any man sighting an Akashic is to raise the alarm immediately.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
Ready, go?
Uma hora vai. Uma hora eu tomo vergonha na cara e arrumo esse Discord.
There it is. The flood.
But what's waiting for us inside?
Be safe.
Beleza. Como eu falei, esse Discord ele é bagunçado, ele não é arrumado. Ah, ela tem poder de gelo, sim. Mas eu e o Renan a gente vai organizar ele ainda.
won't leave a single one alive.
Eita, peraí. Deixa eu pegar esses pequenos aqui, depois eu vou no grande. Ai! Ele veio pra cima de mim primeiro. Travou? Eu vou perguntar, mas você já descobriu o que causa esse travamento? Não?
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalamil and see how the others fared.
Rafa, você tá aí.
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubo, Sip, Clive has returned.
Clive!
Faz um favor pra mim.
News from Charatina.
Quando você conseguir.
Root and branch.
Vê se você consegue pesquisar pra mim e aquelas coisas que eu recebo que ficam no quarto do Clive. Se tem mais alguma que eu preciso falar com alguém pra pegar.
Thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalamil.
Lubor,
Valeu.
allow me to apologize.
Tá.
After all
Final
you've done for
Fantasy VIII ganhando aí.
we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalamil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character.
Você vota no que você quiser.
On ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are.
Vota no jogo que você quiser.
Saved Dalamil twice over.
I see.
Eu vou jogar todos eventualmente, então.
I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Ah,
Firstly,
se o 8 ganhar agora, o 12 vai ser o
you will both
próximo.
do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the town guard and the merchants league do
Mas se o
not
8
accept
ganhar
my
agora,
leadership,
se o 12 ganhar agora, eu não garanto que o 8 vai ser o próximo.
unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our
Ou
walls
ao
shall be
12.
afforded the same rights as
Vamos
any
descobrir
other
amanhã.
citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat? How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace.
Boa pergunta.
I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Ó, ele me deu um agora. Vamos ver se eu descubro.
Lubo. About the children.
Fear not. You are, of course, relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws.
Colecionáveis, né? É o único colecionável que tem no jogo.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalimil.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
Eu tô perguntando porque faltavam 4. Eu ganhei um da Isabelle, eu ganhei um do Lubor e só tem mais uma sidequest. Placa do... Objeto de interesse, o nome. Placa do Beijo da Urze. O emblema do Beijo da Urze, orgulho de Dalimil, a forja é tão popular com caixeiros viajantes quanto os famosos banhos regeneradores do posto comercial, onde os fatigados podem deixar a água tratar das lesões da viagem a caminho da presa do Draco. É, colecionáveis, mas o nome é objeto de interesse.
Ginger and ginseng.
How about a few spicy sausages to
So, you're going to join the Watcher?
The fellow who used to run this stall took to his heels.
Good day, my lord. My thanks. An excellent choice. Thank you for your custom.
Objeto de interesse interessante, é tipo isso.
Are you buying or selling? Go safely.
Aqui dentro. Tava tentando lembrar onde era a sidequest. Eu já tinha visto onde era.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic?
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
Bora.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble.
Faz a pesquisa, então.
It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
É porque
You are much too kind, my lord.
depois que eu peguei aquele da Tária, eu fiquei na dúvida, né?
May the Firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
Talvez minha conta esteja errada. Eu vou. Depois que eu terminar essa missão, eu confiro. Não liberar mais nenhuma, digo, né? Agora é lá naquela porta fechada lá. Mas obrigado, Rafa. Valeu de ter pesquisado. Depois qualquer coisa eu procuro. Mas fica atento aí que eu vou te pedir mais uma coisa. Mas não agora.
Me? Gungaga.
Ô Kami, muito obrigado pela raid. Sejam todos muito bem-vindos para nossa live de Final Fantasy XVI. Como é que vocês estão? Como é que você tá, Kaique? Tudo de boa? É outro vilarejo com pessoas. Tem pessoas em Waloed. Boa noite, mano. Como é que você tá? Tudo de boa? Eu tô ótimo. Quase terminando Final Fantasy XVI.
What is going on here?
Ah, did you too heed the call?
Eu ganhei um troféu. Eu imagino que esse troféu seja porque eu liberei todos os lugares do mapa do jogo.
I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
It is my home. The others, they heeded the call.
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed. This village is their altar, where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Give themselves?
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Let us be reborn in your love.
Eles vão invocar alguma coisa aí, né? E eu vou ter que matar.
From the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me, but did another foreigner like me come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Storm? Yes. He's staying at my house.
Eu nem ligo, eu nem sei quantas pessoas entram na minha live, eu não olho.
If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did.
Eu não faço live pra isso, na real. Eu faço só porque eu acho divertido. E porque eu tenho gente que me apoia, que nem o Rafael, que tá aí em todas. Desde o começo, que nem o Kaique, que eu conheci através das lives, e ele sempre aparece por aí também. Inclusive, agradeço muito pela raid, viu? Assim, mas eu nem olho o número, eu não vejo quantas pessoas entram, eu não vejo quantas pessoas tem, eu só vou conversando com quem aparece aí. Por isso que eu não peço para as pessoas se inscreverem, eu não peço nada, porque na real eu faço porque eu me divirto fazendo. E geralmente, pelo menos quem aparece aqui sempre fala que gosta, então eu continuo. Cara, eu amei, eu tô amando o jogo. Eu vou terminar ele amanhã, né? Mas eu amei, o jogo tá incrível. Incrível, fantástico. Tô procurando pra ver se tem algum baú aqui. Eu achei um, né? Mas preciso ver se eu. Eu também te amo, Rafa. Você é meu amigo, meu irmão. Rafael é meu amigo de infância, né? Conhece aí há quase 20 anos. As Crônicas de Mirkvar, uma coleção de contos dedicados à Sua Majestade mais exaltada, Lord Bjornhard de Veldemark. Como você deve saber, Lord Bernhard, no passado havia uma raça de homens que comandavam a magia proibida mais proibida de todas. Você já ouviu falar dos Executores? Que eram encarregados de acabar com esses hereges? A ordem teve origem no domínio cristalino e, por decreto de seus governantes, foi designada a proteger a humanidade, enviada para extinguir a magia proibida de qualquer lugar que houvesse boatos sobre seu uso. Obtendo sucesso em sua missão e conseguindo expulsar os conjuradores dessa magia da região, essas almas sigilosas se retiraram do palco da história e nunca mais se ouviu sobre eles. Mas Okami, assim, o jogo é fantástico, é incrível. Sei que você não tem o PlayStation 5, mas se eventualmente você pegar, jogue. E tá maravilhoso.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less you, my Lord Marquis.
He said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter.
Quem sabe dia eu jogo ele aqui.
You've seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before.
É um dos preferidos do Rafael. Eu nunca joguei o Kami.
That they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Savior's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him.
Falando em Okami ser um dos jogos favoritos do Rafael,
all of their beings.
Vou mostrar uma coisa. Ele já sabe, então não tem problema. Esse aqui eu comprei de aniversário pro Rafael. Vou entregar pra ele quando a gente se encontrar. Dia eu jogo.
And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream.
Ai, voltou, né, fia?
Duty to their Lord. Even if it should keep.
Você sai, você volta, você sai, você volta.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become Akashic. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great...
Eles invocaram alguma coisa. Eu tô falando que eles iam invocar alguma coisa?
Something is happening.
I'll go and find out what. Stay here.
Deita ali, vai, Julie. Pra não me atrapalhar, porque daqui a pouco você se enrola nos fios. E aí, deita aí.
Beneath the flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do.
As coisas tristes, em que sentido?
Echoes as well. Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready.
Nossa, que estranho.
What now?
Isso é uma coisa que não é prejudicial pra ninguém, né? Novo tipo de gigante, por que não?
We meet again.
Titus.
Your kind before.
Já, 2 vezes. 3 se contar o Atlas. Orgel se transformou. Eita. Caramba, tá quase atordoando de novo. Ainda bem que o Zetsuken derrotou ele. Terra dos Decaídos. Para milênios tenham transcorrido desde que foi forjado, não se vê nenhuma mancha ou sinal de ferrugem na superfície deste metal. Ninguém sabe ao certo como isso é possível, e é provável que a resposta continue perdida para sempre.
Damn it!
O cara morreu, mano. O cara que a gente veio ajudar.
Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did, when the Undying plucked me from the gutter.
Pois é.
And gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me. And I would not deny them that fulfillment. Even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
Porra, né? Tirar na caixa. É que não sobrou um nesse lugar, não sobrou um vivo.
are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
My Lord Marquis, welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
Relatório de Mikkelberg. Um relatório do terceiro comandante sobre as doutrinas de um culto a um salvador de si. Cantos da página manchada de sangue com o sangue do próprio autor.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mikkelberg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
If you could not save him, no one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came, and their wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be, only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them, and yes, we die for them. For better or worse, that is our creed.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them. And you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants. And this was his will, the ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd
Era
like to know
pelo
this man's
que
name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house.
ele morreu fazendo o que o Cid defendia, né?
Remember them. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success. And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
O Emblema dos Imortais. O Emblema dos Imortais, uma sociedade secreta jurada a serviço da Fênix. Eles estão sediados em Tabor, abrigo dos melhores oureiros e lapidários de Dalmekia. Aparece nos aposentos de Clive. E me deu um oricalco também. Abra sua mente. Ganhe um troféu. Abra sua mente. A possibilidade de ter acabado as sidequests agora é grande. Acabaram as sidequests. Todas. Olá, Caio. As franquias de Final Fantasy... Não, elas não têm ligação nenhum com o outro. A não ser os que têm o mesmo número. Por exemplo, tem o 7 e o 7 Crisis Core. Eles são ligados. Agora, os numerados, não. Eles não têm ligação um com o outro. Um grandíssimo oi para todos os oikers. Vamos às caças. São 2 só. São 2 caças só para fazer. Mas antes eu quero só conferir uma coisa. O Zelda, que raramente tem sequência direta, mas todos os jogos têm elementos comuns. Tipo isso, exatamente isso. Eles não são conectados, mas eles têm elementos que fazem parte. Que estão em todos, ou em quase todos. São elementos que se repetem. Tá, tem carta. Tem aqui os aposentos do Clive. Faltou um, mano. Preciso descobrir. A placa do véu. O emblema do véu, famosa casa de má reputação no Reicão Setentrional, a cidade dá acesso à capital imperial de Oriflame, onde ondas de fortunas velhas e novas batem em lados opostos da Grande Muralha. No entanto, a proprietária do véu, Isabelle, a conhece como um porto seguro durante uma tempestade. Ela e seu amado foram recebidos pela cidade quando o resto do mundo os rejeitou. Cid, exato, Cid. Majora's Mask que eu gosto também. Beijo de Urs, emblema do beijo da Urs, a melhor forja de Dalimil, gerida pelo travesso e precoce mestre ferreiro Lubor. Ele herdou tanto a forja quanto a função de lebre do deserto, de sua antecessora, a Rosena Dalimil, original, mas a prefeitura de Dalimil ele conseguiu por mérito próprio. O emblema dos imortais é uma sociedade secreta que jurou servir a casa Rosfield, sobretudo aos dominantes da Fênix que nascem com a descendência de Rosfield. A fé dos acólitos na Fênix é tão grande que se renderiam a bom grado se isso beneficiasse seu mestre. Tá triste por quê, Caio? Deixa eu pensar, quem pode... Eu fiz sidequest importante pra alguém? Carta do Dion. Ifrit. Minhas mais sincera gratidão por permitir que eu me reúna com o mestre Arpócritas. Poderei partir para a nova jornada mais importante com o coração livre de arrependimentos. No entanto, nessas últimas luas eu me dei conta de que, quanto mais tempo passo na sua companhia e na do seu irmão, mais devo a você. Devemos enfrentar imediatamente a ameaça que Última representa, não só para salvar o mundo, mas também para me poupar de uma eternidade de retribuir. Ia postar aquele desenho que fiz presente hoje, mas o amigo aniversariante quebrou o celular. Ixi, isso aí é foda. Eda parece estar contente com a chocobo prateada que demos a ela, tanto que começou a colocá-la em seu colo enquanto ela dorme. Ela diz que o malandro dá uns belos chutes como ela. Parece que temos outro guerreiro entre nós, e já não era sem tempo. Mal posso esperar para ensinar ao nosso novo rompe maldição tudo o que sei. Mas acho que todos nós podemos comemorar antes. Não precisamos apressar as coisas. Retornos seguros. Obrigado, Clive, por sempre ceder aos caprichos dessa velha alma trêmula. Tenho vergonha de ter permitido por muitos anos que a teimosia e o medo me impedissem de algo tão simples, como deixar um amigo saber o quanto eu me orgulhava dele. Sua intervenção tirou um peso do meu coração. Talvez, após seu retorno triunfante dos céus, você esteja disposto a compartilhar suas histórias usando aquela pena que te dei de presente. Muitos de nós gostaríamos de saber em primeira mão sobre o tempo que passou com o Sacro Príncipe, inclusive eu. O que tudo vence. Aqui, não muito longe de onde você se posicionou entre nós e o perigo, eu me sento e escrevo mais uma carta. Eu tento achar as palavras para expressar a gratidão de toda uma cidade. Nosso triunfo dessa vez parece ser diferente. No passado dependíamos tanto da sua gentileza. Desta vez encontramos força em outro lugar, em nós mesmos. Nossas dificuldades nos mostraram o que deveria ter sido óbvio desde o início. Não somos diferentes, como acreditamos ser. Por acaso um camponês ama sua terra natal menos que um membro da nobreza? Um portador ama menos a sua família do que o outro ser humano? É esse amor que nos uniu e nos deu força. Se qualquer servo, acástico ou bandido nesse mundo atacar nossos portões, não vamos temer, não vamos saquejar, vamos lutar e nós vamos vencer. Tá belo. Um novo dia. Não sou tão tolo a ponto de acreditar que uma humilhação pública pode acabar com o ódio de uma vida toda no coração de alguém. Da mesma forma que uma panela não pode ficar limpa se não abrir mão da sujeira. Precisa de esforço, persistência e, na maioria das vezes, de uma escova dura e um balde com sabão. Mas mais do que isso é necessário tempo. Felizmente foi o que sua coragem e liderança nos concedeu. Agora temos que decidir aceitá-lo ou desperdiçá-lo. Um sábio disse uma vez que a noite é sempre mais escura antes do amanhecer. Ainda bem que tem um amigo que brilha tão intensamente. O Boar. Final Fantasy VIII aí arrancando na frente. Uma mensagem de agradecimento, meu senhor Marquês. Escrevo em agradecimento pela amável consideração que demonstrou para com aqueles cujos nomes não estão escritos nas páginas do Livro dos Mártires. Sei que eles ficariam emocionados em saber que o primeiro escudo da Fênix lamenta a morte delas. Apesar de todos os membros de nossa ordem estarem preparados para se sacrificar a serviço da Fênix, não duvido que os que perdem a vida antes da hora se lamentam por não poderem cumprir seus deveres. O fato de que permanecerão na memória de um filho orgulhoso da casa Rosefield certamente acalmará sua tristeza. Que a chama da Fênix queime para sempre em seu coração. Círio, portador da pena flamejante. Porra, agora eu preciso descobrir onde é que eu pego esse último tesouro aí.
My Lord Marquis, I heard about Eastpool. That some of my fellow guardians are to build a new home there, both for themselves and for Madame Martha's bearers. Is it true?
It's true. The village is to be rebuilt.
I have many fond memories of Eastpool. When I was a child, we would visit
Rafael também.
often. They would lavish attention upon me as if I were the son they never had.
Existe.
I went to see Aunt Hannah after my uncle passed away, but not nearly as often as I should have.
Oscar, I'd like you to assist Sir Wade in the rebuilding efforts.
Qual fazenda? Ah, não. Mas aí quem vai me dar vai ser o... É, pode ser. Eu vou falar com todo mundo.
Go. Be with your aunt. Rebuild her home. Is what she would have wanted.
Yes, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
Eu vou ter que caçar um pessoal aqui pra descobrir quem que é. Que eu já escutei essa música. Joshua tá aqui, mas o Joshua eu já peguei.
I put Father's helm in your chambers.
É, sim, eu já peguei.
His vision is finally realized.
Thank you, Joshua. For everything.
Don't mention it.
O Dion que tá aqui.
Ifrit.
Com o Oscar?
Your resolve didn't falter.
No. Though I continue to be bewildered by fate. But I should meet with my old tutor here. At the very end of the world. I thank you. With all my heart. For giving me this chance.
And I thank you for taking it.
Should like to look upon that flower once more. When I am worthy. I stand ready to leave for Origin at your word. Make Griga go with us.
And see us safely home.
O Otto já me deu, né? O Otto me deu a taça. Não, ele não tem nada pra falar. Falta uma música. É alguma música que eu tenho que comprar. Não, eu não vou falar com o Dion de novo porque eu sei o que é o Dion. O Dion tem uma lista de coisas pra falar. É coisa que eu posso perguntar pra ele, sabe? Todo mundo fala sobre a origem, é só isso. Tentando pensar em quem pode ser. Não é o... Eita, liberou caçada nova. Não tem só mais as duas lá, não.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised?
Autor anônimo. Ah, a última música que eu precisava. Toda epopeia começa com uma única palavra, toda sinfonia com uma única nota. Isso é apenas o começo. Sua lenda será contada para sempre, seu legado será cantado para sempre.
Here you are.
Peguei todas as músicas agora.
I gave you that one, didn't I?
Cavaleiro Dragão, Ceifador, Saqueador Sem Mestre e Lamento do Banshee. São 4 caças pra fazer. Eu já vou fazer, deixa eu só ver se eu acho alguém aqui que pode me dar alguma coisa. A Tária já me deu, então não vai ser ela. Eu já falei com você. Já falei com você. Já falei com você.
Have care, my lord.
Cara, não é possível, mano. Eu consegui todas as músicas, eu fiz todas as sidequests. Só vai ficar faltando esse negócio. Foda que eu não sei pra quem procurar.
All this time, my heart has wandered. When you return, would you mind?
A mídia já me deu. É exatamente pra isso que serve o I'm Healing, pra eu não esquecer de tomar água. Não tem ninguém. Se tem, não dá pra falar. Cara, só se for o Chocobo. Tipo, depois que eu terminar as caçadas, o Chocobo me dá alguma coisa. Porque o Chocobo não, o Moogle, porque é a única coisa que falta eu fazer. Então eu vou fazer as caças. Se não for isso, aí eu tento descobrir pra live de amanhã eu procurar com quem que eu tenho que falar. Rafa, o que eu falei que eu ia precisar porque você pesquisasse pra mim, eu preciso descobrir onde é que está esse aqui, o Saqueador Sem Mestre. Eu tenho 1 hora pra fazer todas essas caças. Eu vou fazer as outras, aí se você puder ver onde que é essa aqui pra mim, o Saqueador Sem Mestre. É a única que não tem escrito onde é. A outra é em Garnick. Pra Garnick. Cacete, mano. Olha o que tem ali. Meu Deus do céu. Behemoth King. Ai, meu Deus do céu. Não, não achei. Esse é o outro. Esse é o que eu tava vindo caçar mesmo. Por mim, todas as caças podiam ser Behemoth, eu gosto de todas. Eu adoro Behemoth. É um dos meus bichos preferidos de Final Fantasy. Meu Deus. Ele não é uma lagartixa não, ele é... Eu não sei dizer o que é um behemoth. O Rafael eu sei o que ele vai dizer que é, ele vai dizer que é só uma desgraça, porque o Rafael odeia behemoth. Então é esse aqui mesmo. Ah não, aqui é onde eu enfrentei o Última. O Odin é no outro lado. Será que é esse? Porque aqui não é onde eu enfrentei o Odin, aqui é onde eu enfrentei o Última. Red Pill? Meu Deus do céu! Ai, Behemoth, mas você é uma desgraça mesmo, né? Mas eu gosto de você, mas que bichinho que você é, viu? Não, ceifador é outro. Depois qualquer coisa eu leio o nome de novo. Eu vou ter que voltar no esconderijo para comprar item, porque tô gastando minhas potions aqui tudo. Eu acho que é isso, saqueador sem nome. Se eu não me engano é isso. Sem mestre. Isso, saqueador sem mestre. É, então não é esse aqui não. Apocalipse. Ai caramba. Ele tava invocando o meteoro apocalíptico mesmo. Ah, esse é o saqueador sem mestre, tá. Ah, não acredito que eu gastei um elixir, velho. 10.000 essa bosta. Boa.
No match for you.
Irei tirar uma foto da cara desse Behemoth morto.
Wait, Torgal.
Antes de eu continuar as caçadas, é que não dá tempo, eles somem muito rápido. Eu vou reabastecer meus itens e vou pesquisar onde é que tá a próxima caça. $10.000 um elixir, se f*** também.
Still alive, are ya? If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are ya?
Eu gosto dessa música também. Vamos para a próxima caçada, tá? Se esse foi um Behemoth, era esse mesmo. Behemoth King. Lamento da Banshee. Garnick. Era lá onde eu tava. Eu precisava de itens de qualquer jeito. Por isso que eu achei que esse era o de Garnick, porque é onde eu tenho que ir. Tudo bem que a descrição não batia com o Behemoth King, porque a descrição era que a criatura se disfarçava de mulher. Aí eu fiquei pensando, não tem como um Behemoth King se disfarçar de uma mulher pra atrair viajante. Não faz sentido. Mas sei lá, né?
Back to the stables, girl.
Ah, é uma arpia. Faz tempo, hein?
Armin's madness lives on.
Guisa maluca. É? Eu não lembro mais. Mas faz sentido ser o nome de um inimigo, né? Assim como Alexandria também era o nome de um lugar no Final Fantasy IX. Se quiser ir dormir, vai lá, amigo. Eu só vou terminar essas caças pra terminar a live hoje. Eu preciso fazer isso antes de amanhã, né? Antes de fazer o fim do jogo amanhã. Tu sabe, mano. Se quiser ir, tranquilo. Morreu.
Rest in peace.
De volta pro esconderijo, reabastecer os itens. E as duas próximas caçadas são em Sunbreak. Então é difícil achar. Um é um cavaleiro dragão. O outro eu não sei o que é. Só mais uma, Baru. Só mais hoje e amanhã. Se eu terminar essas duas caças aqui, né? Não há expressão dita pelos soldados imperiais da guarnição do Rincão Setentrional. Não se aproxime da torre inundada ou será aniquilado pela foice do espectro. Eles descreveram o servo que habita no fluxo de éter com palavras rudes. Sua aparência assustadora e seu comando sobre os outros lacaios parecem caracterizá-lo como um membro superior de sua espécie, Cabo Ursinho. Cavaleiro do Coração Esplendoroso. A maioria dos peregrinos em direção à santa capital de Oriflame passa pelo Portão do Penitente, na estrada que sai de Prados Reais. Recentemente, no entanto, um cavaleiro de armadura brilhante decidiu se posicionar do lado da entrada e acusa quem passar de ser Cid, fora da lei, e conduziu o príncipe Dion em um caminho de destruição. Ele desafia todos a um duelo até a morte. Portão do Penitente. Boa noite, Baru. E Cabo Orsieri. 2 em Sunbreak. Paru, deixa eu te perguntar uma coisa. Você conseguiu todos aqueles coletáveis que ficam no quarto do Clive? Porque pra mim falta um. Eu fiz todas as sidequests, eu falei com a Tária e eu não sei onde eu consigo esse outro. Imperial. Eu esqueci o nome dos lugares que eu tinha que ir. Cabo Oriente. Não faço ideia de onde seja. Cabo Oriente aqui. Qual é o nome do outro lugar que eu tenho que ir? Não, pra mim falta um. Eu peguei um com a Tária. E agora eu não sei, eu não faço ideia de onde eu consigo o outro. Não. Me falta um e eu não faço ideia de onde é. Sabe? Fala, pode falar, porque eu vou ter que descobrir onde é. Porque me falta um e eu tô perdido, porque eu não sei onde procurar, não sei com quem falar, não sei nada. Eu peguei todas as músicas, eu fiz todas as sidequests, eu tô terminando todas as caçadas, só falta isso.
Do be careful.
I will.
Puta, será que é? Pode ser, porque isso eu não fiz. Eu tô... Quando eu comecei a live eu tava com 83, então eu já devo estar com 86 já. Pode ser que seja isso mesmo. Esse eu não fiz também.
You deserve a rest.
Príncipe da Morte. Ah, eu usei o errado. Era esse que eu queria usar. Mas tudo bem, agora já foi. Foda que eu acho que eu não achei todos ainda. Ah, é esse que tá faltando pra mim mesmo. Mas os cronólitos eu vou fazer só depois que eu terminar o jogo. Não vou. Eu vou terminar o jogo amanhã e depois eu faço isso. Trevaço. Eu acho que é o que eu precisava para fazer a Gotterdameron, né? Extremamente similar ao ferro, porém mais escuro, mais duro e mais pesado. Seja quais tenham sido as magias civis usadas por Última para criá-lo, até hoje não foi possível replicar esse metal. Já derrotar Thanatos ou o Príncipe da Morte. Vai. Vai acontecer mesmo. O pior é que isso não foi algo planejado, foi só aconteceu.
It's a dangerous world out there. You'll not find a better price than that.
So, what it be?
Gotterdameron.
Not bad, if I do say so myself. No scratches, right? Not bad, if I do say so myself. And?
Ela é bem parecida com a Ragnarok. Vou ver onde é que eu acho a outra caçada que faltou lá. Eu sei que é em Sambrek também, mas eu não lembro aonde. Portão do Penitente, Sambrek. Pode saber onde é isso, né? Ah, é aqui. É lá do outro lado do mapa, mas vambora. Agora, ô Baru, deixa eu te perguntar um negócio. Mais uma coisa, não precisa falar o que é, se sim, mas só se sim ou se não. Faltam mais 2 caçadas ou vai ficar esse espaço como se faltasse mais 2 cartazes mesmo? Pra incomodar o meu toque.
I haven't seen any of those beastly blue eyes. Do be careful.
Tá merda. Sério, que eles não vão fechar as 2 que faltam. É só ir reto, né? É só ir reto. Oh, mas assim, vir um Svarog pra última caçada ser um Cavaleiro Dragão, pode ser assim, um Cavaleiro Dragão muito difícil e eu queimar a língua aqui. Mas ser um Cavaleiro Dragão a última caçada é meio estranho.
You deserve a rest.
A armadura dele é muito foda. Não, mesmo não estando na ordem, mas tipo... O Svarog tinha que ter sido a última. Pela dificuldade que ele foi... Ele veio meio cedo. O Atlas também, sabe? Tipo, o Atlas veio cedo, muito cedo também. E ele foi difícil. Também, sabe? Podia ser o King Behemoth também. Dia da caça e do caçador. Já era, agora já é tarde demais também. 10 para meia-noite. Ficaria mesmo, porque puta merda, a armadura desse cara era foda. A lança dele também. E ele era um bom cavaleiro. É isso, acabou as caçadas, acabou as sidequests, acabou-se tudo. Nossa, liberou um canto aqui que eu nem tinha visto. Foram 4 horas de jogo hoje. 4 horas de sidequest. Eu liberei, eu fiz a Gotterdameron agora. A última coisa que eu fiz no jogo foi a Gotterdameron. Eu ganhei um troféu por causa disso. Terminei as caças, terminei as sidequests. A gente tá preparado pro fim. Agora é só ir pro final.